Hey, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I hope you're doing well on this December 15th. Is very chilly start to your work week. I'm CJ Lemaster, your lead investigative reporter for WLBT and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk. We've got several folks right now watching on Facebook and our YouTube channels, also our OTT platforms as well. We appreciate you joining us. I want to go ahead and get straight to the news of the day thus far, some stories that we're following. We want to tell you about, first off, this story, very unfortunate. A homeless man dying in the freezing weather early this morning. This coming to us from a Hinds County official. Here's what we know. Police responded to State Street after the man was found unresponsive. This is what the scene looked like this morning. The Hinds County coroner says the death was cold related. Investigators are still working to confirm the victim's identity, which has not yet been released. We want to let you know that local shelters are open for people without a warm place to spend the night, and it's never more crucial than with this, because we have below freezing temperatures that will happen again tonight. So we want to let you know, if you know somebody, please spread the word. Shower Power off of Commerce Street in downtown Jackson opened its emergency shelter here at 5 o'clock yesterday. It provides hot meals, showers, and a warm place to ride out the cold. In addition to the usual services it provides to the city's unhoused.
We're trying to look forward to people being in here and also out there and accommodate everybody where they're at so they can be a little warmer and try to stay above the freezing level that we're about to face the next couple days.
Shower Power plans to keep its emergency shelter open through tomorrow morning. Well, now to a story out of Rankin County. Authorities there say a person was killed in a shooting that took place Saturday night. Here's what we know so far. We know that it happened on Norwood Circle off Highway 18 near Puckett. Sheriff's deputies identified the victim as Jerry Allen Aubrey. They say they have a suspect who's cooperating with the ongoing investigation, but they have not yet released a motive in that death, in that killing. Jackson police say a teenager was shot to death over the weekend, but we have to tell you at this point, we don't know whether it was a homicide. It's only being categorized right now as a death investigation by the department, but here's what we know. Officers responded last night to the Pine Ridge Garden Apartments on Rebel Woods Drive and found a 17-year-old boy who had been shot. He has been identified as Joe Loggins.
Once they arrived on scene, they learned that a 17-year-old black male had been shot at least once in what it appears to be in the head. During the course of the investigation, they have detained witnesses and other people that were inside of the apartment at the time that this incident occurred.
Now, police have not revealed any details yet about a possible gunman or motive. Again, it's being characterized as a death pending, meaning it's not a homicide at this point. If you have any information, please contact Jackson Police or Crime Stoppers. Well, as we count down to Christmas, just 10 days left, the Jackson Fire Department's annual toy drive begins this week. They're asking you to bring new unwrapped toys to the Jackson Walmart on Highway 18 starting tomorrow. Toys will be handed out this Friday at the Fire Department Training Academy at 9 a.m. And of course, if you need more information, please contact JFD. If you need food assistance, a local organization is hosting a Christmas food drive. I'm one ahead. The City of Flowood, getting into the holiday spirit this Thursday. A Holly Jolly Food Truck Night will be held at Winners Circle Park from 5 to 8 that evening. The city says it's a chance for you to eat, connect, and unwind. Now, if you need food assistance, a local organization is hosting a Christmas food drive this week. Helping Hands plans to give away more than 100 bags of food to families. It begins Saturday morning at 10 at Ferris Street Park. And of course, the Jackson Zoo will host a Christmas event this weekend. Tickets for the Santa Zoo Station are $10. It begins at 10 a.m. Saturday and at noon on Sunday. Got a couple of people who were saying hi to us on this Monday. Melissa Price saying hello, everyone. Melissa, I hope you're doing well. And Britt, good afternoon, everyone. Britt, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday as well. We want to tell you about something that we've talked about a little bit on here. It just keeps going up higher and higher. The Powerball jackpot is now at $1.1 billion. This is the second largest of the year, the 12th jackpot to cross $1 billion in the past 5 years. Though no one took home the jackpot, there were some who didn't leave empty-handed. Across the country, 5 ticket holders won $1 million and 2 won $2 million. The jackpot pool this time was just over $503 million, before taxes. That's a growth of $74 million since Wednesday. The next drawing set for tonight. $503. That obviously wouldn't be much of a Powerball. It'd still be good to have in your pocket, though. We want to tell you about this situation too. You've probably heard about the director Rob Reiner. As we're hearing more come out, and again, this is a developing story. Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead inside their Los Angeles home yesterday from apparent stab wounds. Reiner, considered to be one of Hollywood's most iconic film directors. We have this story now from NBC and Conan Nolan, who has this look back on Reiner's life.
You have to be kidding! America first came to know him as the hippie son-in-law of the blue-collar bigot Archie Bunker, played by Carol O'Connor in the 70s TV comedy All in the Family. It ran for 9 seasons.
Boss, he's not my son, Gloria. I mean, get your hands off my daughter, you balloon.
While there were other acting roles, it was behind the camera that Rob Reiner had his cinematic impact, inventing the modern romantic comedy with Harry Met Sally, with Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. The often quoted The Princess Bride, which has been newly rediscovered by younger audiences, and the military courtroom classic A Few Good Men, where Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson faced off over a murder at the U.S. military base in Guantanamo, Cuba. He once told talk show host Howard Stern that he learned filmmaking from his father, Carl Reiner, himself an actor and screenwriter who had often worked with Steve Martin.
Now, I can tell you that it wasn't until, and this is now, I'm in my mid to late 30s, it wasn't until I did Stand By Me that I started feeling myself. And I thought, okay, I'm carved. I mean, a long, long time it took me to start to carve out my own identity. World.
Reiner was also active in politics. He routinely helped raise money for the Democratic Party. In 1998, he single-handedly championed Proposition 10, a 50-cent per pack tax on cigarettes to finance child education and health programs. He was also a fierce critic of President Trump. This was Reiner on the Jimmy Fallon Show during the president's first term in office.
Unless the public is informed, we don't have a chance to hold this democracy together. So we're fighting, and, hopefully we will, because we love this country and we don't want to see it devolve.
Recently releasing Spinal Tap 2, a sequel 4 decades following his first movie, a satirical send-up of the then popular rock documentary. Rob Reiner was a virtuoso whose intent was to make his audiences laugh, understand life, and to take a stand. To many, he was the best of Hollywood.
We have learned from NBC that Nick Reiner, the son of director Robert Reiner, has been arrested in connection with the deaths of his parents. The 32-year-old has a long history of drug addiction, which began in his teens. He told people in an interview in 2016 that he spent periods of weeks sleeping on the streets. We will keep you updated as we learn more. And here's something that's pretty interesting as we talk about Rob Reiner. Sometimes, doesn't always happen, we see folks on the national stage that have connections here in the capital city. And you may remember this, you may not. It's not often mentioned. It wasn't mentioned as one of his most well-known movies, in that piece looking back on his life. But certainly Reiner came to Jackson to film Ghosts of Mississippi. He spent several months actually in the Jackson area. We want to show you footage of that from our archives. This was back in 1996. That's walking out of the Hinds County Courthouse with Whoopi Goldberg, who played Merle Evers. This was video of him directing a scene with her for Ghosts of Mississippi. You can see him there. The film told the story of the arrest and conviction of Byron de la Beckwith, the man who assassinated Medgar Evers. Months later, Reiner returned to Jackson to attend the movie's local premiere at Thaya Mara Hall. And if you go back and watch that movie, I saw it when I was a kid, and then I went back and watched it after living in Jackson for some time. And there are so many things that you notice because you were aware of it that I didn't know then because I'd never really been to Jackson as a kid. A lot of it was shot in the Hinds County Courthouse. There were sets built for the actual courtrooms and things, but so much of it was actually shot there. Some of it was shot at the Mayflower restaurant, the Mayflower Cafe downtown Jackson. So when you watch it and you look at it, there really is, it really in some ways captures the essence. Sometimes you can overlook the bad Southern accents and look at the actual feel of the movie, but certainly it was interesting to see that. And even Jerry Mitchell, who we've had here on WLBT Plus, who's doing amazing work with Mississippi Today and his Center for Investigative Reporting, was played by someone in that film as well, because of course Mitchell's reporting helped lead to the rearrest and conviction of Byron de la Beckwith after he was initially acquitted. So got a couple of comments here. Britt talking about the Powerball thing. My mom almost matched the double play I'm playing tonight. Hey, why not? I mean, we can't win if you don't play. I'm not, advocating gambling, but I'm just saying, hey, a couple dollars, you never know. And of course, Britt also talking about the connection there. Yeah, it is crazy that he had that connection here. And that, again, not one of his most well-known films, but certainly a big deal for Jackson. And it was something, as far as just the amount of time and effort and time, he actually was here at the WLBT studios shooting a scene that's in the film. So if you watch the film and you see our own Maggie Wade talking about the trial and everything and sort of reprising her role in that, Rob Reiner was actually here making sure that those shots, he was behind the camera, making sure that everything was accurate and was, he didn't have another unit come in and do that. He actually came to the studio. So it's kind of an interesting thing and certainly a tragic situation for that family. But we will continue to follow that. We will have the latest on that killing and the local investigations we talked about on our early evening newscast starting at 4 p.m. Probably more comprehensive reporting on the Rob Reiner tragedy on NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas tonight at 5:30. And of course, our First Alert weather team will be in here in about, less than an hour and a half to tell you at 2:30 to let you know what we can expect for this week and how cold it's expected to get tonight. So please bundle up and make sure, it's the 4 Ps, right? Pipes, plants, pets, and people. Make sure all those things are covered, and so you don't have any issues, especially if you have animals that are outside. Get them inside or make sure they've got a heater or something tonight because it's going to get very cold. We're going to leave you with a word from our sponsor, Jackson Water. Thank you so much for watching on this Monday. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigator and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 1.
Time for a neighborly tip from Jackson Water. Is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.